Hello, goddesses. How is everyone? It's Marielle. I'm so excited to welcome you to another episode. Today, we are talking about time and energy and how to actually get around to promoting your business without spreading yourself so thin. Now, this is a really important topic because if you are a therapist, if you are an intuitive, if you're a healer, even if you're a creative, your energy really matters. And the quality of your energy really matters because, well, it matters to everyone, but specifically if you are if you're a transformational leader. And the reason why is because if your energy is not intact, you will not be able to give your clients the results that they are paying you for. And so this is one of the areas that is really hard to balance, truthfully, and it takes some time. So today we are going to be talking. I'm going to give you some tips, some secrets here that I use in my own business and that I help my clients with. If you don't know me, I'm Marielle. I am the creator of Your Signature Show. I am a digital marketer. I am a modern mystic. I've been a mystic my whole life, and I geek out about marketing and systems that liberate my clients from having to hustle on social media. So a lot of my clients are brand new. I have two different types of avatars, you could say. If you're just launching your business and you want to set up all the systems necessary so you're not hustling all the time with social media, and then clients that are ready to scale and move past six figures. So that's what I do. So one of my specialties is absolutely visibility in terms of live streams and videos. I really believe that live streams and videos are the way to go, especially as a divine feminine leader who has awesome energy and who helps other people with transformation. Live streams and videos really give you that opportunity to shine your light and be seen and heard and felt. But it can be really scary. And one of the biggest complaints that I hear from people and just struggles truly is the idea of, how do I get consistent? It's so hard for me to get consistent. How do I promote my business when I'm wearing all the hats? And I'm wearing all the hats today. So if you're wondering why I didn't dress up today, it's because there's a point to it, but also because I just went for a nice jog and then a dip in the ocean. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy myself. And so I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, because I was going to, come back and shower and get my makeup on and get dressed up and stuff like that, because that makes me feel good. But at the same time, I thought, you know what? Today's a really good day to show up and the way that that I just am, without overthinking it. Because truthfully, one of the biggest reasons that a lot of women keep themselves from really becoming consistent in their messaging, and not just their messaging, but in like showing up in videos and live streams, is the way we look. Feeling like you have to look a certain way, like you have to dress up or whatever, and you don't give yourself enough permission to just be. And that is definitely to our detriment, because in today's market, people really like authenticity, and they want to see what's going on in your life. So I thought, there's no better day than for me to just show up and show you that you can always show up authentically, and that's really what matters. And yeah, so if you're joining me live, say hello. I see a lot of you already. If you're not, definitely tell me your name and what kind of business you are in. And I'm asking for your name because I'm doing this originally on StreamYard. So if you're catching this in the podcast, every Wednesday I go live inside of my Facebook group. And I love using StreamYard because you can actually go live into places. So if you're inside of my group, I can see you, but because it's StreamYard, I can't see your name all the time unless you give them permission. So I said, greetings, hello. Hi, really loving your vibe and content. Wondering if I should focus on going live to grow my Facebook group or start a YouTube channel or podcast. I'm nervous about going live. Oh, Deja, thank you so much for asking that. I will absolutely go over that. So let's see, I'm a health and wellness coach for women. Awesome. Fabulous, fabulous. And yeah, I have a lot to say about that. So let me introduce what we're going to be talking about, and then I'm going to answer that question. And keep them coming, guys, because I love, love, love interacting with you live. So, all right. So what's the deal with really getting out of our way and becoming consistent and doing it organically, meaning that our energy is intact? Okay. So the first thing I want to explore with you all is I want to explore the idea of time. What is the truth about time? Okay. So the first truth about time is that time is non-renewable, right? Once it's spent, it's gone. Last minute is gone forever. Okay, so that's the first thing about time. And so with that said, I believe that time is one of the most valuable, if not the most valuable resources that we all have. Okay, so that is the truth. The second thing about time is that it's very flexible. Okay. Now, it seems, and I was just complaining to one of my friends about this, like time is just keeps speeding up so much. And I'm like, oh my God, it's just like I never have enough time. But the truth is that we are the creators of time. Okay. That time actually is a reflection of us, and it comes from within us. And every time I face that truth, I ground myself in the reality that I am the creator of time, and that because I am the creator of time, I can always create more of it, right? And so, with that said, it's really important that you understand what I am saying here. Time is something that if you don't become conscious of a couple things that I'm going to talk about here, can really slip away. And as an entrepreneur who wears all the hats, especially in the beginning, I now have a team, but I remember when I first launched my business, or the first couple of years, it was me doing everything. And self-care was so important because I was doing everything and I still wanted to show up for my clients. So it's really, really, really important. Okay, so let's talk about energy now. The truth about energy and the truth about your energy. Okay. The truth about your energy is that when we go to bed at night, we recharge. And as soon as we wake up in the morning, we have a level of energy. Okay. So it's like your cup is full if you got a good night's sleep. But what happens is that as soon as, and I was asking, we were talking about this actually in our goddess circle in the mastermind this week, what happens when you first wake up? What's the very first thing that you do? The truth is, a lot of us, the first thing that we do is we grab our phone and we check to see, what's going on. And maybe we just grab it to see what time it is, but all of a sudden we see all the notifications and the reminders and the emails that came in and all of that stuff, right? And all of a sudden your energy, this energy that you just regained through sleep, starts going in one direction, in the other direction, in the other direction. So the truth about our energy is that wherever we focus our attention, we are giving that our power. And you only have so much of it. Okay. So for example, I know that most of my energy is in the morning. I know this about myself. I know that I'm the most creative, the most productive. Around 4 o'clock, my energy starts to dip a little bit. I need to take a quick nap, or I just need to ground myself again to either regain that. So what are you doing consciously with your energy? Okay. So the problem is that most of us and most people in general take like just unconsciously give their power, their energy away, and they unconsciously spend their hours doing stuff. Okay. So I was just coaching one of my VIP clients on this the other day. So she is actually the owner of a boutique, of an online boutique. She's got a beautiful, amazing boutique on Shopify. And she says, Marielle, I feel like I know I need to do certain things to start producing like certain promotions. And she's still doing some of the live streams and some of the organic stuff before we set up all the other stuff. And she's like, I just feel like I'd never get around to it because I have so much to do. And so if, for example, and I'm going to use her business as an example, if you have a Shopify store, you're doing the buying, what you're actually going to sell. So you're doing the purchasing. You are having to post the pictures of whatever you purchased and that you're going to be selling. You are doing the shipping. So whoever buys, you have to go and ship it. You're sending emails. You're doing a whole bunch of stuff, right? You're not just, and then you have to do your promotional stuff. Like, how are you going to put these beautiful items in front of people? Okay. So when we came down to it, we realized, we took everything she was doing on a daily basis and said, okay, well, out of all of these things that are on your to-do list, what are the things that are actually going to bring in clients? And we got really, really clear about those things. And the truth is that a lot of those things could be outsourced to somebody else, right? Like, for example, the data entry, putting things up on the website, all of that takes a lot of time. But what we really came to the conclusion of, and this is something that everybody does, is that the reason why it's so difficult to actually do the promotion of your business is truly because there's a ton of resistance to it. Okay. There's a lot of resistance to being seen and putting yourself out there and being heard and seen and paid. There's resistance to that. And that's what makes it the most difficult, which is why it's so much easier to keep ourselves busy with sending emails, with uploading pictures, with creating pretty posts. That's something that's so much easier, right? Because there's so much resistance. So you may know that you need to be seen by more people and you need to put your messaging in front of the right audience, and you may know what to do. You just don't do it because you keep yourself busy with everything else so that you don't have to do it. Okay. So there's always a hidden benefit to the things that we don't do. Okay. So I want to hear from you. Like, is this making sense? What is your hidden benefit to not promoting your business? Okay. Maybe the hidden benefit is that if you don't promote your business, you're not failing because you never even started, right? Maybe you get to stay small. Maybe you get to stay comfortable. There's so many of those. And really that comes from your value system. Okay. So there is a value, something you are valuing in terms of how you spend your time. Now, hear me out here. For example, when I was much younger in my business as a coach, I really valued staying busy. That was the value. Like, I wanted to make sure that I was always moving forward and that I was busy. And if at any point I wasn't busy, then I felt like I was failing. Okay. Except that I was staying busy with things, with the wrong things. Okay. So when I became conscious of that value, that I was value being busy, I decided, wait a minute, this is not serving me anymore. I'm staying busy with the wrong stuff just to make myself feel good about myself and make myself feel like I'm being productive. But I'm not necessarily productive with the right things. So I decided to change my value in terms of the time that I was spending. Okay. So I decided to value profit. Okay. And that may seem cold, but as a goddess that is a boss babe and that is in business, you have to be able to make a profit, right? So I said, okay, so if this is my new value and I want to increase my profits, how am I going to spend my time then? And I came to the conclusion that my time was better spent in doing marketing stuff, you know, creating my live streams, sending out emails, um, reaching out, connecting with people that had already expressed already expressed interest. Like I decided to focus my activities and spend my time on things that directly produced more profit. Okay. Now, I've had clients before that really value helping people and helping others. So, but they want to create more profits in their business, and they know that they should be posting, and they know that they should be, spending some more time on marketing. But how are you going to do that if your value is in helping others by whether it's like running an errand for a friend or doing pickup at school, whatever it is. So what I want you to see is that there's a disconnect in the value system. Okay, so when your actions come from an unconscious place of your value being um, when your value is not aligned with your goal, when your value behind the way you spend your time is not aligned with what you want to create next, your goal, right? Then your time, there's going to be a ton of time leaks in your life. And this is how we become exhausted. Okay, because I want to create profit. I want to create profit. Oh, but I want to do things for others. That's a big value for me. I want to do drop off. I want to do pickup. I want to drop off the dry cleaners as well. I want to get it for my husband. I want to do this. I want to do that for others. Oh, but I want to create profit. So then there's a total misalignment of values there. Okay, so let me know if this is making sense. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and answer Deja's question. She said, okay, I'm wondering if I should focus on going live to grow my Facebook group or start a YouTube channel or a podcast. Okay, so that's a really, really great question. Now, my question to you is, what is at the top of what do you want your ideal clients to do? For example, if you're creating community, I always tell my clients that, having an online business is like an infinity loop. On the left side of the infinity loop, there's the promotional side. That's where people come in. On the right side of the infinity loop is how you actually nurture people. So what you need to ask yourself is like, where and how are you nurturing these people, right? After they come in. So it sounds to me like you may not have total clarity about that yet. So if, for example, if you already have a community and it's a pretty big community, then I highly encourage you to nurture them with your live streams. If you don't have a community yet and you're just getting started, then the best thing to do is to go wherever you have the most ideal clients. So if you know that your ideal clients are on YouTube, then you can start there. But with StreamYard, you can literally, like, this is going live into YouTube right now. You can do it into multiple areas. So the most, I would really start with if you're just getting started, Deja, like, where is your audience hanging out the most? Start there, and then bring them into your Facebook group. Now, I like to consolidate. So I do it inside my Facebook group because I like to nurture my clients, my students in there, and most of them, and it gives them also benefit because, like, for example, here you can ask me all these questions here. If you're watching or hearing the replay somewhere else on the podcast or on YouTube, well, I'm not answering your questions there. So think about that. Like, where are you in your journey? And if you are trying to, bring in more people, like a cold audience, then you're going to want to do your live stream somewhere where they are hanging out, and then eventually, which would be like the left side of that infinity loop, and then bring them in so that you can nurture them, and that could be through your Facebook group. I know that was a long question. Let me know, Deja, if that makes any sense, or if it didn't. Yes, it did. Okay, good. And don't be nervous about going live. Do it anyway. Eventually, you are going to just get used to it. One of the tips that I always share is, in terms of gaining consistency, right, is picking, and this is why I love doing my signature show. I already know that I do it on Wednesdays. My brain is templated to know, what to do and when to start coming up with ideas and all of that, because I already know what my system is used to doing it on Wednesdays. So everything revolves around that. So talk about consistency with your energy. It's very hard on our energy to not have a plan, right? To say, oh, I'm going to do it today, or I feel like doing it tomorrow, or just to not have a plan. That is a great way of diluting your energy. And as we're talking about energy here, like, it's really, really important that as a transformational leader, that you really take care of your energy, and that you treat it as that you're not giving your attention away to just anything or anyone. Okay. Now, this definitely requires discipline. It requires a lot of consciousness. Like we were talking about, what is the value that you're operating on in terms of your time, right? Like, is that value in alignment with what you want to create next? So it really does require a lot of thinking, and this is actually something that I go really deep on inside of all of my courses, because until you become super clear and conscious about your value system, your actions are going to be out of alignment. And if your actions are out of alignment, your results are going to be out of alignment. Okay. So that's really, really important. Let's see. Catherine. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Mariel. This is Kat. I did my signature show all last year, and it was transformative for me. Yay. I love that. I love that. I would love to know more. Let's see. She also said, what's the best way to get your live stream seen by people? Ooh, I love that question. One of the best ways, and I'm actually really excited to talk about this, because one of the things that we do is we use a small portion of ads, like very small budget of ads, to put the live stream in front of the right people. So I know a lot of people get scared of ads, but if you do it correctly, it really helps you get in front of the right audience instead of just your friends or family, or just, organic stuff. So it's really kind of like rocket fuel. In fact, we are going to be going over the exact strategy inside of the Livestream and Video Academy, which is going to be launching very soon. I posted the waitlist link. somewhere here, so you can find it and just enter your name and email, and we'll let you know whenever that opens up. Because we're going to be going into it's a higher level strategy, but we're going to be going into how to do that. Let's see. Less work with marketing yourself. Underlying reasons. Okay. Yes, totally makes sense. I don't have a community yet. Few people in my Facebook group, mostly friends and family. Okay, great, DJ. So for sure, then start at the top of the funnel. So, which is what that's marketing geekiness, but start with the cold audience, which is marketing geekiness again. Just start with people that don't know you, and that will be totally fine. And then once you start filling your Facebook group, then you can go ahead and do it in both places at the same time. And you have your signature show system too. Yay. Planning to use that as my template. Awesome. Catherine says her signature show is called Soul Shift is the name of it. Oh, awesome. I'm focused on elemental alchemy for wellness. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Love it. So let me know if this all made sense. What I'm going to share with you now is I actually have an awesome system. It's called, and I'm going to share with you some of the things that are in there. It's called Organize and 10x Your Digital Footprint. Some of the things that will really help you, stay in alignment with your energy and maximize your time is really going to be how you do your posting, right? So it really all starts. You guys know I love video, so it all starts with your videos. Whether you are doing your live stream on Facebook or wherever, you can literally commit to doing that once. And we're going to go really, really, really in depth in all of these systems. And then from there, you can literally download that video into your computer files. You can transcribe the whole thing. You can also create your posts from that. Create your social media posts using Canva. And one of the things that's really important when you're going through that process is to stay really organized. Okay. Like learn to stay really organized. Like I said earlier, your energy is going to be way better if you can have a system and organization and a way to make just to make you feel more comfortable with what you're doing. That way when we feel stressed out because we just don't have a system, our energy gets so diluted. Okay. One of the reasons actually that and the biggest reason I should say, behind every single system that I have is that I really care about my energy and how I show up for my clients. So that's why doing organic marketing 100% of the time was never what I wanted to do. I didn't want to go chasing people, messaging people, posting every single day. Because I didn't want to dilute my energy, so I knew that I had to create some systems and there had to be a way of automating things so that I wasn't diluting my energy every day. Now, yes, it does take some time to set up some of these systems, but again, where are you going to be spending your time? The time is going to be spent one way or the other. So I decided to do it up front rather than every single day. But it's so with that said, it's really, really important that you create certain systems and organizations so that you can liberate your time and your energy, more importantly. Your self-care as a solopreneur, as a transformational leader, as a goddess boss babe is everything. If you don't know how to consciously direct your focus, you're going to have energy leaks everywhere. This is probably, please tell me if this is making sense, because if you've been in business for a couple of years already, and especially like first 5 years, and you've survived entrepreneurship, you know that what I'm talking about is true. your self-care and your focus, your thoughts, how you direct your energy and flow your energy is everything. Okay? That's really, 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 really important. So that's why I get really geeky about it. Deja says, preserving my energy is so important to me too. Yeah. And this is truly this is what's really important to almost all my clients. And so all my systems are so that you don't have to do all of the hustling and bustling, because I don't believe in that. Goddesses don't hustle like that. Um, that's my specialty, stress and self-care for ambitious women. Yeah, so important. So make sure that you have a system, that you have a good way to file your live streams away. We are going to share with you the details of everything we do. So, but I'll talk to you about it really quickly here. When you go live, you can literally download those files, make sure you know where there's have the right filing system on Google Drive, so that every time, so that you always have content to share. Okay. And then the other thing is, make sure you're not doing everything. I don't care how new you are. There, you can have people help you. You can start building a team, and you and one other person. There's so many websites nowadays and places, Upwork, Fiverr, where you can get help at a very entry level point financially, and not have to do everything. As I was telling you the story of my client, she was doing all the things, right? She was, uploading the pictures, doing the buyings, shipping things away. But when you think about your time and how much your time is worth, let's just say that you decide that your time is worth, this is going to take me down a rabbit hole. Actually, maybe I shouldn't talk about this. But your time needs to have a number associated with it. And the number associated with your time needs to pull you forward. It's not what you want, what you are worth right now, is what you are striving for. Okay. So if you are looking to make $1 million, and that's really, you're serious about that, and you know that you only want to work 20 hours a week, then you need to come up with what is your time worth at $1 million and 20 hours a week. When you come up with that number, it's going to be a big number, much bigger than, and it'll definitely crowd out a lot of the old beliefs about how much your time is worth. But let's just say, I'm just going to pull a number. Let's say your hour is worth, based on the future and what you want to create, is worth $450. Would you pay someone $450 would you pay someone $450 to go drop something off at the post office? Probably not. Okay. So with that said, it's like, that's what your time is worth. So if you were really, if you had a money jar, and you had to, for every activity that's on your to-do list, you were depositing $450, would you do it? So that's a big filter. Okay. So I'll talk about those formulas another day, because I knew it would take me down the rabbit hole. But understand the value of your time. Okay. Your time is always better spent on revenue creating activities. Okay. And your live streams can be huge revenue creating vehicles. I mean, we get calls all the time from people that are just watched like replays from a year ago. So just know the value of your time, where you're spending it, get organized, make sure that you understand what you're really valuing behind your time. What are the values that are driving the train for you? And are those values in alignment with your goals, with what you want to create? If they're not, then that's where you're going to get a lot of leaks and a lot of resistance. getting visible, doing live streams, doing videos, just posting and putting yourself out there, as a transformational leader is not easy. It is, there's a ton of resistance to it. And just think of it this way. All the mystics of the past, I mean, there was a lot of persecution. Those things, those fears are ingrained in us. So you have to get really conscious about everything. And when you act from a level of consciousness of knowing why you're doing certain things and deciding to do something instead, you are exercising your power. Okay, you're exercising that energy, and your power is going to grow, and that energy is going to grow. So let me know if this all made sense. And if you have any other questions, I'm happy to stay for the next minute or 2 or 5, or how, depending on what you need. Oh, look at all these comments. And always, talk about things that you're passionate about and that you love. This is so important, because when you allow yourself to speak about the things that you love and that matter to you, you're really just feeding your energy. But when you're talking about things that you don't care and that you're just doing it from your headspace, that's gonna drain you. So eventually, you are going to get really. Eventually, live streams are going to become like second nature to you. Okay, so just keep doing it. It's not going to happen on the first try, maybe not on the second one. Don't bother with perfectionism, doesn't matter. But instead, definitely focus your attention on doing things that you love and talking about things that you love. And that's absolutely going to feed your heart. It's going to feed your energy. And ultimately, I love live streams and videos because it shows off your energy. So that will attract the right people to you. Okay. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here, for joining me. If you're interested in getting notified and getting all the bonuses for when we open the doors for the Live Stream and Video Academy, it's all about consistent conversion. And it's going to be an 8-week live program with me. We'll definitely go into some of the higher level strategies on how to start automating using your signature show, how to really start becoming super consistent and converting with your live streams. So go ahead and enter your name and email. And as soon as we decide to open the doors, you're going to be the first one to get notified. And I always give away a bonus to the people that are on my waiting list. So that's pretty much all I have for you today. I love you guys. Have an amazing rest of your day, goddesses. And I will see you not next week, but the following week. So have an amazing rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of the summer. I'll talk to you soon. Mwah. Peace out.